3 messages before today's interview educates and motivates you. First, if you're a domain name investor, don't you have unique legal needs that require domain name technical know-how and industry experience? That's why you need David Westlow of Wiley Rein. Go search for David Westlow on Domain Sherpa, watch his interview, and you can see for yourself that he can clearly explain issues, can help you with buy-sell agreements, deal with website content issues and UDRP actions, and even help you write your website terms and conditions. David Westlow is the lawyer to call for internet legal issues. See for yourself at newmediaip.com. Second, managing multiple domain name marketplace and auction site accounts is a pain. Inevitably, you forget to sign into one and you lose a great domain, or worse. Now imagine using a single, simple to use and comprehensive control panel to manage all of your accounts. That's Protrata. You can set up search filters, analyze domains, automate bidding, list domain names for sale, buy domains across all major marketplaces. Protrata also has a new semantic engine that builds Google-friendly websites with rich content and network feeds. Sign up at Protrata.com to get 20 free credits and start building and monetizing your domains today. Finally, if you have questions about domain names, where should you go to ask them? The answer is dnforum.com. Not only is DN Forum the largest domain name forum in the world, it's the best. You can learn about domain names and the industry, buy and sell domain names, talk about the domain name news that's happening in the industry, and even meet domainers just like yourself. Register for a free DN Forum account and begin advancing your skills and knowledge today. And when you do sign up, send me a friend request so we can connect on DN Forum. Here's your program. Hey everyone, my name is Michael Seiger and I'm the publisher of DomainSherpa.com, the website where you come to learn how to become a more successful domain name entrepreneur or investor directly from the experts. Today we're going to teach you how to spy on your competitors using free online tools. But first, I want to take a moment to say thank you to you, our readers. Domain Sherpa has been nominated in the Traffic Conference Awards competition for the best domain blog. And I've been honored as one of the nominees for Developer of the Year and Domainer of the Year. And I want to thank all of you who took the time and nominated Domain Sherpa and me for voting for us. It's much appreciated, and we're going to continue to deliver fantastic educational opportunities for you. Thank you for your votes, and we'll keep up the fight. Okay, let's get to the program. Many domain name investors and entrepreneurs have an idea that they'd like to develop, and likely they know of competitors that are currently in this space. Also likely, you as the entrepreneur, as the domain name owner, have plans to take a different path. Maybe you have a way to improve a service that just seems static. They're just not putting any money into research and development and improving the process. Or maybe you've got some ideas on how to offer the same service, but do it with lower overhead. You know they have 20 people working on the service and you think you can do it with a single person business, or you hire somebody overseas and you outsource it, or you get your kids or a local high school intern. Whatever the reason, one of the things you first need to do is benchmark your competitors, and it's relatively easy to do so. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be your guide to show you how to benchmark your competitors' traffic, how to benchmark their inbound links, and how to benchmark their technology. These are the 3 most important things, in my opinion, for doing research on the marketplace. And I'm only going to use free tools on the internet to do these things. So while there may be better tools out there that I use and you can use for a price, I'm only going to show you tools that are free today. The traffic and links will tell you how successful your competitors or other sites are. Maybe you're thinking about buying them, who knows? But how successful are they? And how hard is it going to be for you to replicate the work they've done? If you're going to buy them, that has a value. If you're going to compete with them, you need to figure out where they are so you know how much work it's going to take to catch up to them. The technology will tell you what route they've taken to develop their site and how you might be able to reproduce them more quickly and cost effectively. We're going to take a look at 3 example sites. We're going to look at an industry-leading domain name news site and a favorite of mine, Andrew Alleman, who has been a domain Sherpa. Andrew Alleman's website, domainnamewire.com. Secondly, we're going to look at the leading domain name discussion forum in the world, Adam Dicker's dnforum.com, and one of our sponsors on Domain Sherpa, of course. But we're going to take a look at what goes into DN Forum. And thirdly, we're going to take a look at an experience shopping website, also a past guest and Sherpa on Domain Sherpa, wish.co.uk. So I'm pointing out this can work anywhere in the world on any type of domain name. And if you haven't watched the interviews with Andrew Alleman at Domain Name Wire, the multiple, I think I've got 3 times Adam Dicker has been gracious enough to come on to Domain Sherpa and share his secrets and for building businesses and investing, dnforum.com, and then of course Richard Kershaw and Stephen Pavlovich. Stephen, I got your name right this time. Also came on, watched their interview. Fascinating, phenomenal interview. Actually, I'm going to do 4. And then finally, a 4th website that we're going to benchmark is a site that I recently found and potentially want to replicate for a lead generation website for a domain name that I own now that I want to develop out. I'm not going to talk about the details. I'm one of these guys that doesn't like to overpromise and undeliver. I like to not promise anything and then overdeliver. I've got a warning before we start any of the overview of this and reviewing these websites. You should use all of this data only for magnitudes and trends. These are not exact figures. This is not actual data. In all of these cases, it is estimates of reality. Okay? And for anybody that's made the transition, you've been in websites for a long time, you remember how we used to have analytics in log files that were stored on the server. Now, today, nobody has log files anymore. They're all JavaScript-based analytics like Google Analytics, which you can install for free. Of course, they mine all that data, but they give you free analytics. They store all the data. They provide the reports to you. I've compared JavaScript to my log files back in probably 2002, 2004. They were orders of magnitude off in some cases. JavaScript doesn't record some things that log files do. Log files record too much in some cases, depending on the settings of the server. And anyways, magnitudes and trends, that's all we're looking for. And I've got a quick story and a warning. So even magnitudes and trends, you sometimes need to tread lightly. I bought a website a year and a half ago that I've been working on developing for about the past month. It's been one of those, we all have websites that we want to work on. When I purchased it, when I first reached out to the owner, he had a price for it. He would not tell me, he would not give me the analytics. He had a price, and it wasn't really worth me asking because the price was over what I was willing to pay. So that was the end of the discussion. 6 months later, I realized that he was still using the same Twitter account. He was still promising things. He just couldn't deliver what he wanted to do with the service. And I knew it was frustrating for him. I reached out again after using some of the tools that I'm going to show you today. I saw a downtrend. I saw traffic going down to the website that I purchased, the domain name and website that I purchased. So I thought, hey, I'm going to make an offer. I'm going to make it a little bit higher. Then I'm going to ask, we're going to come to an agreement based on him showing me some statistics, which is typical when you buy a real business. You agree on a price, you go into due diligence, and then if there's some negative aspects, you may adjust the purchase price downward. It's very typical when you purchase large businesses or sell businesses. And I figured, okay, I'm going to make an offer. It's going to be contingent based on looking at the data. And he agreed. So it was a little bit higher than what I wanted to pay because I wanted to get his attention. He showed me the statistics off of Google Analytics. Actually, what he did is he added me to view the statistics. So I knew he wasn't fabricating anything, and the traffic was actually going up. So I was stuck. I had no arguments to actually get out at a lower price, negotiate down to a lower price, and lesson learned. it was order of magnitude correct. So again, in some cases, the trends don't always hold. All right, so let's get into this. The first site that we want to take a look at is called ahrefs.com. It's ahrefs.com. First site we're going to take a look at is Andrew Ullman's dnwire.com. This is ahrefs.com. You can see the URL right here, ahrefs.com. I'll have a link below the video. What you do here, it's pretty simple. They have some news and things, but they have a site explorer. You're going to type in the domain name, and you're going to hit the Explore Links button. I've already done it once today. As you can see up here in the right-hand corner, they only allow a certain number of requests per day. So I'm not going to see if the same request twice is going to take up my allotment. I actually use a different service. It's a great service. Not even going to mention it because it's a pay service. So here we go. So I ran domainnamewire.com. You can see the URL right here. Andrew's site, and it tells me total backlinks of 130,000. And so I can see that this is a well-developed site with a lot of backlinks. Unless it's a spammy backlink profile. So you need to actually take a look at the site and see what the site looks like. But if it looks like it's a realistic site, it's probably a good backlink profile and referring pages. So it's got great number of links coming in. I've used my other service that I pay for that has a much improved index, and I think that it said over 200,000 backlinks. But you can see the order of magnitude is correct. So that tells me where the backlinks are coming in. I can learn more about the profile. I can see the profile over time. I can look at the number of new links that are being formed every day. You can see Andrew had an enormous spike. These are sort of, well, he's got some new and lost backlinks at the same time. Could have just been a blip. Referring domains, you can see that the anchor text that goes under those, referring pages. So you can learn a lot about the sites that are linking into Andrew Ullman's. Everything looks good to me. You go over to Alexa. This is for analytics of the website. So I want to find out how the website is ranked, and it's ranked very well. You can see that it is one of the top 14,231 ranked website in the United States. And overall it's ranked 24,000. So that means that there are only 24,883 websites more popular than Andrew's website. And you can see the number of sites linking in, 1,731. If you compare it to the Ahrefs, here's referring IPs, 2,400, referring subnets. These are technical terms. You don't really need to understand too much. You just want to make sure that these match. Here's a couple thousand. Alexa is saying 1,700. Pretty darn close. So I can actually click get details on this website, and it will give me the trend over time. I can see how much it's reaching. I can see the change percent. Everything's looking good. If I wanted to compare Domain Name Wire to another website, I can do that right down here. The next website I want to show you is compete.com. They have a pro version, but they also have a free version. And I'm going to type in domainnamewire.com right here. It's going to chug away, and it's going to give me a little bit different information. Whereas Alexa will tell me the daily reach, you know, right down here. Here's the daily reach. You are reaching 0.015% of the internet. That doesn't mean anything to you and me. I can change it to time spent on site, to page views, percent. Compete.com will actually put a number on it. Now again, the numbers are not exact, none of these. And in fact, they warn you right here. The sample size for this site is small. You know, they work well for large sites that have a lot of data that they can collect. But you can see that supposedly for the months, Andrew gets about 16,000 unique visitors. I'm pretty sure that here in this month, December 2011, 32,000. I'm pretty sure that Andrew gets more than 10,000 visitors per month. I know that if I bring up my website at Domain Sherpa, it is not accurate, but it gives you an idea and it gives you some trends. Now, you have to understand where they get their data from. They buy data from internet service providers. So basically, any internet service provider has traffic coming through them. They aggregate the data. They remove your IP address. They remove any identifying information. Now they've got a ton of data on the sites that you're visiting that are appropriate and inappropriate, and where you spend your time. And they probably know a little bit about you as well. They may have run a credit report, credit score on you. Who knows what they know. But they know a bunch of stuff about you. They aggregate it, and they provide it to third parties that want to buy that information. And Compete.com is one of those companies. Actually, Compete.com was purchased, I believe. It looks like it's a Cantor Media company. And so what they do is they aggregate from the ISPs, and they aggregate from other sources that they collect, and they try and put together a picture of what the traffic looks like. What kind of information doesn't get collected? Well, ISPs that don't sell their information, business information. So if most of your readers are business users, say at GE, at P&G, at Amazon.com, and they're at work browsing your website, those are behind a firewall. Your companies likely do not sell that kind of information, and so B2B companies are not reflected well in Compete.com or Alexa information. So that's a heads up for that. Okay, so now we know Andrew's website gets a good amount of traffic. They're ranked well within the US. They have a ton of backlinks coming in. And maybe it was lower, and you're thinking, hey, I can compete with Andrew. I know exactly the industry, or Andrew does a great job. You might be thinking this. Andrew does a great job, and I love, let's see here. I love Frisbees, so I want to start the website, news site, just like what Andrew does on Frisbees. I'm going to go figure out what Andrew uses for a technology, because I want to take what he's done and take the way that he does it and go do it in another place. The site I use to figure out that is a website called builtwith.com. You can see the URL right there, builtwith.com. Very simple, and it's free. You type in the website name, domainnamewire.com, hit lookup, and it will tell you a whole bunch of information. Right here we have the server information. He's running an Apache server. He's running on an Apache server. He may be hosted there. It may be a virtual machine. It may be a hosting account. Who knows? But the website he's running runs on an Apache server. He is using WordPress as his content management system. So if you're wondering whether he hand codes the web pages and he has to update it himself, or whether he's using Joomla or who knows what, he's using WordPress. WordPress, of course, runs on PHP. He has Facebook integrated in with it, and Facebook provides Facebook domain insights. He uses Google Analytics to figure out where his traffic is coming from and what they're doing on the website. He also has WordPress stats installed. He measures using Quantcast measurement system. He uses another system called Woopra. Never heard of it before, but you can read a description of what that is. He uses jQuery in WordPress. He's got some plugins like Share This and Google+. And he's got some aggregation facilities. And rest of this is sort of document information. Pretty standard stuff. You'll see it across pretty much every website, and standard encoding. Okay, so you may say, great, Andrew is on WordPress. Now I want to know what kind of, maybe Andrew's on a theme that I can go buy for $50. Go install at WordPress. If you didn't watch install multi-sites on Domain Sherpa in a previous interview, I'll link to that one as well. And you want to install multi-sites, run multiple websites, and you want to install WordPress to do that, and you want to buy this theme. So the way you figure out what Domain Name Wire is using as their theme is you go to a website that is called What WP Theme Is That? And WP, of course, stands for WordPress. So what you do is you just type in the theme right there, click check the site, and it tells you everything you want to know. Here is Domain Name Wire. The theme name is Domain Name Wire. The theme homepage is domainnamewire.com, DNW 2.0. So this is, he's got SiteGraduate. So this is not a theme that I've heard of. If I go to sitegraduate.com, I believe it does not. Yeah, it's a hosting page or a park page or something. So it looks like, I would take an educated guess, that Andrew has developed this theme either based on another theme and renamed it to his own name, or had somebody else build it for him, but it is a custom theme right now. It doesn't link off to another website. When we get to the next example, I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like when somebody is using a theme that you can copy. Or actually, let me show you right now. If you go to DomainSherpa.com, I can tell you it's running off of WordPress. And if you run Domain Sherpa in this website, you can see that the theme name is called Fresh Life. You can buy it at ThemeJunkie.com. It tells you who the author is, and there's the URL. And if I click on this, it'll open it up, and you can see that I spent $60 on that theme, which I have customized, of course, to my liking. Here's the Fresh Life. I can click Demo. Actually, let me click. I'll click Buy, and you can actually see how much I paid for this. Buy now plus two theme, $39. Okay, now I'm embarrassed. You know that Domain Sherpa was only $39 to get up and running. All right, so let me run you through the next theme that I have. The next theme is dnforum.com. So let's check out Adam Dicker's website. If I click Explore Links, it comes back, tells me that there's 71,000 backlinks, 58,000 referring domain names. Again, a very nice, healthy backlink profile. I can see that most of them are coming from .coms. I can see there's a nice backlink profile. You may be wondering the same thing that I am. Why is the total backlinks decreasing over time like on Andrew's? I don't know. You know, I look at the general website. I, like you, are fans and members of dnforum.com, and I know that it's not a spammy site, and I know that it's a great site with a lot of resources that people link to, and so I'm not worried about this kind of information. Again, you know, yeah, I say look at magnitude and look at trends, but I know there's sites that are reputable, so I'm not worried about this. I basically just look for, you know, to understand the backlink profile. And then if you want, take a look through here. You can see the referring pages with anchor text. You can see the referring domains that link in, and so on. So let's go on to the next site. We know that Domain Name Wire is ranked 14,231. Let's type in dnforum.com. See how it compares. 14,000. dnforum is 5,000. Let's grab the details. It's ranked 5,000 in the world, and 5,900 in the world, and 5,190 in the US. So a site that has a little bit more traffic. You can see the countries that are coming in. So some very interesting information. I'm going to copy dnforum.com. I'm going to go over to compete.com. I'm going to paste it in right here in the URL. You can paste it in the search bar as well. And here is the information. You can see that the traffic magnitude-wise is a little bit higher than dnforum. Again, I can't trust the numbers. I'm not sure if this actually increased significantly. You heard my story about my website that I bought, that trends were moving in one way, but you can see that unique visitors, he's got a great number of unique visitors coming in every month. I want to figure out what this site is built with. So I'm going to go to builtwith.com, type in dnforum. It is also, on the server information, it is also running on Apache. Here's a specific type of server that BuiltWith was able to pull. Here's the important thing. Content management system is called vBulletin. You may know vBulletin. You can type in vBulletin into Google. You can understand that it's a free forum software that you can download for free, you can use for free. If you customize it, you're on your own with respect to upgrades and things like that. It's great for building communities. And that's what that's what dnforum runs. Adam purchased dnforum, and he has continued to use vBulletin. It runs on PHP. He uses Google AdSense for monetizing part of the site. We know that he has other advertisements on there as well. You can go take a look. He uses Facebook and Google Analytics, some JavaScript, some widgets, regular document information. And, you know, if I go to what WordPress theme is that, it should not come back with anything because it is not a WordPress theme. It is running vBulletin instead of WordPress, and it'll tell you that right there. All right, so let's go to the next website. And the next website is wish.co.uk. Great website. If you haven't gone over there and taken a look at their zombie encounters and watched those videos, you gotta do that. It's phenomenal. Okay, so here's a website. It is, I believe, newer than Domain Name Wire and Domain Name DN Forum, excuse me. But still, a good number of backlinks coming in. About 5,000 backlinks coming in. We can see how the backlinks are coming in. We can see where they're coming in from. We can see that the referring page anchor text is Zombie Shopping Mall. And that's the one that you should go watch that video. Zombie Shopping Mall Experience. And I believe that Richard and Steven said that that was one of their highest selling experiences. And if I ever make it over to England, that is the experience that I'm going to go on. That one in the sports car test drives. So let's go over to Alexa. Take a look at wish.co.uk. You can see in Great Britain right here, they are ranked 17,000. Let's get some details. You can see their traffic. They have enough traffic to show on Alexa. A lot of times you'll type in a website, or if you typed in a domain name that didn't resolve, it would say no data right here. So just having daily reach is important to show that the website actually does have some reach. And sites linking in, you can read about this reputation score. Let's go over to Compete and take a look at them. And again, it gives us this warning. This is a rough estimate because we don't have a lot of data on this. But you can see that, I think they launched probably in 2011. I'd have to go back and watch the original interview. You can see that they probably got a lot of press in here. And then after the sort of initial press onslaught, they have standardized on maybe order of magnitude, a few thousand visitors per month. So, they're running a business where they need to convert. They don't care if they have 100,000 people coming per month and they're only converting, half of 1%. They just want a high conversion. And that's why Stephen Pavlovich, who runs a conversion rate optimization company, is one of the principals on this company. It is his job to make sure that they are converting the highest percentage possible because that's money in their pocket. Great site. You got to go check it out. So let's see what they are built with. They told me on the interview what technology they're using. Let's see if they're telling me something real or not. NGINX, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Nginx, that's how you pronounce that. Is the server that they're using, and here is their quote-unquote content management system. It's an e-commerce system called Magento. They mentioned this on the interview. Magento is a free e-commerce content management system. You can see it right here. I think I might have actually read this on the interview. Used by large brands such as the North Face. And they are using it. They've customized it, of course. You can see the analytics that they're using. They're using Facebook also. They're using Google Analytics. Now, here's something really important. They understand the value of understanding user behavior on the website. They're using some great analytics software. They're using one called Kissmetrics, which helps measure and improve analytics. They're using Crazy Egg, which is a visualization for what people are doing on your website. So if you come to a web page, you can mouse over a certain area, and they give heat maps as to what people are doing on the website. And Chartbeat, it's the live traffic monitoring of the website, so they can see where people are on the website, what they're doing, what they're typing, what they're clicking in real time. A host of JavaScript libraries. If you notice something really cool that they were doing on their website that was dynamic, that popped up, it's likely a JavaScript function. And so you can take a look through here and you can see they've got a color box, they've got scriptalicious.us, a whole bunch of things. You can go and take a look at these and figure out how they put their site together. They're using Flow Player for videos on the website. They're using a bunch of widgets here. Olark is one for customer service and chatting, instant messaging. They're using a content delivery networks to make sure that they serve up their content as quickly as possible to people who are interested in looking at it. CloudFront does that. Akamai does that. Cloudflare does that. Why they're using 3 different, I don't know. We'll get them back on the site soon and we'll ask them that question. and pretty typical information. If I go over here, again, they are not using WordPress, so this website would not pull anything back. Let's see what it does, though. See if it comes and says that they're, yep, does not appear to be using WordPress. All right, so that is wish.co.uk. And the last site that I want to show you is a website that I think does a pretty good job. Let me show you that website. It's called wpcandy.com. And it's a website that allows some lead generation. So let's see here. Where did I notice that? It's basically a publishing website, but they also have a no, here it is. I think they have a pro section. Yeah, here it is. So it allows people who are professionals in a particular area. You know what it is. 37 Signals runs a company, runs a website that is called. It's specifically for designers to highlight their, and it's such a highlight their talent, and it's such a terrible brandable name, in my opinion, that I can never remember it is. So I always have to type in 37 Signals web designers, and you can see Sortfolio is the name of it. They sort of define this user interface where you can quickly look through profiles and see beautiful pictures. Anyways, WP Candy, WordPress Candy, has a pros section, which is a directory for WordPress professionals. Same sort of idea. You can put in a picture. You can talk about what your focuses are, your specialties. You can put in a range for how much it is. So I'm like, oh, here's something that I think would be interesting. I'm going to take this idea and I'm going to modify it for another lead generation area that I have. So I wanted to figure out some information about WP Candy. I actually reached out to the owner, Ryan, and I asked him for some information. He's just too busy. It's a custom theme that, let's get to that. So let's take a look at, let's run them through some paces here. Here's WP Candy. Actually, let me remove this HTTP and it probably works either way, but I just want to make sure. Okay, total backlinks 57,000, referring pages 44,000. He has an enormous following on WP Candy. The theme seems to be working. I'm not sure if he's making any money with respect to the professional section or not, but the theme that he's working is using, and I know it's a great site because I go there and I read what he's doing and I watch his podcasts and things like that. So let's go take a look. He's got a nice rich link profile. Let's see where he's ranked. 14,000 in the US, right around where Andrew Allman is at domainnamewire.com. You can see his traffic. You can see he's got a good reputation according to Lexa. Decent amount of traffic. Let's go on to compete.com, check out where he is. And it's a rough estimate again, so it's low sample size, 30,000, 20,000. So he is somewhere between probably 30,000 and maybe 100,000 unique visitors per month. Or maybe, I don't know, 10,000 and 100,000. You just don't know. He's got more traffic than, most of us watching this show. Let's just put it that way. Most of us aren't running successful blogs. We're trying to figure out how to build a successful blog. So he's got a good amount of readership. Let's go over to Built With and take a look. It looks like a WordPress site, but is it a WordPress site? So here's his server information. He's running a content delivery network, CDN, often called on Apache, Unix. He's got some other things. He's a techie guy, so he's got a bunch of stuff listed here. But here's the important thing. He's running WordPress as his content management system, which of course runs on PHP. He's running something interesting is AdZerk. It's an ad serving technology. You might want to go over to adzerk.com and figure out what they are. He uses Google Analytics as well as Mixpanel, which is an analytical platform for funnel and workflow optimization. Quantcast. Let's see if I notice anything else of interest here. All pretty standard stuff. So interesting enough, he's using WordPress. Maybe I want to reach out to him and see if I can purchase the theme off. Let's find out what theme it is first. Let's go over here to WP Candy, and I can see that the theme name is WP Candy. It goes directly to his homepage, not a developer homepage. He's got a customized description. This is the owner's name right here of the website. This is his personal email address, the version number. So clearly he has developed this theme himself, and he is using it on his website. I wish Ryan all the luck in the world, and that is the end of the tutorial for figuring out spying on your competitors, spying on other industry sites. And if there's anything that I didn't answer within this, you have more questions about finding out about information, traffic information, and backlink information, and what kind of technologies people are using for their websites, ask me in the comments below. Happy to answer as much as I can. If you were to say specifically, hey Mike, what about this reputation score on Alexa? What can you tell me about that? You know, I'm going to go read the help just like you. I use all of these tools, like many other people in the industry, for general type of information. But if you have another question, you know, go ahead and ask. Maybe I'll surprise myself and you with an answer. Thank you all for watching. We'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.